Assalamu alaikum. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS test. This is Sane Ibnali, your examiner. I'll conduct your speaking test from right now at Practice of Events.
Yes,
So, shall we start?
yes, sir, of course.
Okay. First of all, may I see your ID?
Yes, here's my ID. Please have a look.
Okay. What's your full name?
My full name is Kohinoor Bely. You may call me Bely.
Okay, Billy. For part one, I'll ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic.
Okay, sir.
What do you do in your free time?
Usually, I read books a lot. By reading books, I believe I can enhance my vocabulary, and nothing makes sense without reading books. So I read books a lot.
Okay, let's talk about communication.
Okay.
How do you usually contact your friends?
I usually contact with my friends through messaging apps like WhatsApp or Messenger because it's the easiest way for communication. I can send message or get the reply almost instantly. Yes.
Okay. Do you often make phone calls?
Yes, I do, but not very often. I make phone calls whenever I want to discuss something important or urgent. But most of the time, I prefer texting because I feel it's less time consuming.
In what ways do you use social media to communicate?
Well, I use social media for communicate with my friends or keep update from them. I sometimes I shared reels or content which was interesting or funny.
Okay. Do you ever write letters?
Not really, because writing letter is not very common nowadays. But I write my one in the special occasion like birthdays or a thank you note. But in general, I rely on digital communication.
Okay. This is the end of your speaking part one. Now we'll continue our speaking part two. In this section, I will show you a cue card. You will have 1 minute to think about your answers, and you will get 1 to 2 minutes to talk. I will tell you when to start and when to stop. If it's necessary, you can make some notes as well. Here is the note paper and pen. And your keyword topic is describe an interesting conversation you had with a stranger. Your 1 minute preparation time begins now. Okay, ma'am. Please start your speaking.
Well, an interesting conversation that I had with a stranger took place on a bus journey. I can vividly remember that a couple of months ago when I was traveling in a bus from Dhaka to Chattogram due to my work purpose. A older man, I guess he was in her late 40s, entered the bus and sat next to me. He was looking a very calm and peaceful personality. He started the talking by asking where I was heading. On this conversation, he introduced himself as he was a school teacher in a small town of Kumilla. At first, I was thought he was a normal traveler. But when he started talking, I realized that he is a working encyclopedia and a gem of our society. Well, we talked about a lot of topics like education, the present situation of our country, rural areas, and how the Dhaka and Chattogram, like big cities, changed over the years. He gives me a lot of advice and asks me about my own lives, like my studies and my future plan. He gives me many inspirational and motivational words for me. One was that if you light a lamp, it can light 1,000 more. That's the word I pick into my heart, and um, I I cannot forget these words. The one interesting thing was he's not only a teacher but also a social worker. He gives a lot of a lot of attention to the public, like he volunteered the charities and gives the poor people like a shelter. He gives me some words, and that's why
Okay, ma'am, I'll stop you there.
I,
Okay, I'll put it right here. Okay, now we will continue our speaking part 3 related with your response. What age group do you think has the best communication skills?
well, in my opinion, the elder people like 30s and 50s has the best communication skills because their experience and learn the many ways how they can clearly introduce themselves in different situations. For example, as if we take an example of a manager who often works in a job, often works in an office, he know very well how to handle his client and by using different communicational skills.
Okay. In your opinion, has technology improved the way we communicate with each other?
Yes, of course, technology improved the way we of our communication. Nowadays, we can connect with our friends and relatives by using our own place, like um, messaging app like WhatsApp or Messenger, also video calls. If I take example here, in our during our COVID-19 pandemic, we can stay in touch with our families, also connect with our workplace by using many messaging app like Google Meet or Zoom app.
Okay, do you think we have lost any communication skills because of technology?
Yes, I think so. In my opinion, we forget the traditional communication skills nowadays. Nowadays, people are fond of texting and messaging as it is a first start method. But we forget the face-to-face conversation, like speaking directly. It can hamper our body language and eye contact. As an example, children are face many difficulties and get nervous when they give any speech in public.
How popular is letter writing in your culture today?
Well, in this modern era, letter writing is not very common. I'll say it's rare. But how sometimes we prefer letter writing like job application or in some special occasion like birthday or a love letter. We know that. So yeah, it's less common, I would say.
Do you think it is still important for children to learn handwriting?
Yes, of course, it's important for children to learn handwriting because handwriting helps us to develop our brain and motor our skills and memory. And recent research shows that those children who take in their handwriting remember their information more than those who copy everything, like type everything. So I'd say it's crucial for students.
Okay, how do you think people will communicate in 20 years' time?
Well, in 20 years' time, people will communicate, I guess, by using many advanced or smart technology like AI assistants, virtual realities, and brain-to-brain instance. For example, we can able to arranging a meeting like we are sitting our own place, but it's look like a real by using virtual space.
Okay, ma'am, that's the end of your speaking portion. You will get your result within 1 to 2 days on our page. Okay, so have an awesome rest of your day. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.